Missouri Representative Burt Whaley from District 138.
We passed 100 single subject bills. We've proven it could be done.
This is what everyone has been asking for.
Yeah.
You've actually got several good bills that you were working on. American teenagers are targeted in sextortion scams, sometimes with deadly consequences.
They're crimes now. With teeth, the prosecutors can use, law enforcement can use, and even the AG. Grassroots, community people coming together to move a bill.
Missouri Clean Skies.
Oh.
Haley and Michael, you were the sponsor, one of the sponsors in the House.
Yes.
A bill to outlaw geoengineering and cloud seeding in Missouri.
Yes.
Everybody
Yeah.
wants clean water and clean skies.
Right. Michael, he's just a passionate man.
A citizen being involved in the process.
This may be the first thing in a while that they all get together and actually agree on. And that's what it takes, Bert. This is something in our culture that had to be addressed, and it was addressed.
Yeah.
And I thank you for doing that. Welcome, everyone, to the Patriot Project on Mugwump Media. Thanks for joining Kevin and I again today. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Wanetta.
I'm very excited about the show because we've got some really good friends in the studio.
I like friends.
I know, especially friends that are as nice as these two are. We've got Missouri Representative Burt Whaley from District 138 and his sweet and lovely wife, Leah, who refuses to be on camera, but she's sitting over there smiling like an angel. So good to have you here.
Yes.
I think she's part of the brain behind the man, too.
Absolutely.
Welcome. Thank you guys for being here.
And my prayer partner.
A prayer partner. That I have every belief. Yeah.
A team.
A team.
Absolutely.
These two are a very cool team. Well, Bert, tonight, I'm not going to say a whole lot because I want you to talk. You have been in the lion's den, my friend, for quite some time, since about January. The Missouri Legislature is getting close to the end of the spring 2026 session. There's a ton of stuff going on.
There is.
Some crazy stuff, but some good stuff too.
Yes, it's good. Some good stuff. I mean, when you look at what we accomplished through the leadership of Representative Alex Riley, which is our majority floor leader, and our speaker, moving bills, we passed 100 bills. 100 single subject bills.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to fall off the chair.
And actually, I think there might have been more, just a few more, but I can say for sure it was 100 single subject bills that went through the House.
This is what everyone has been asking for.
Yeah, we've proven it could be done.
Constitutional, yes.
We'll see what happens on the second half. Because we've done 2 weeks since spring break, and so we'll see. We'll see what happens, but we know that we can pass. And again, do we really want to pass 100 bills?
Right.
But we know it can be done, and it can be done in a single subject manner.
I'd say it's a good start.
That's huge.
It's a good start.
Yes.
That's absolutely huge.
Yes.
Yeah, and having things that people don't have to sit down with something this big slapped in front of them the day before or the day of and expect to be reading it. Things are murky. Things are not clear. Clear is good.
Right. And we have a better idea of what's coming up too.
Yeah.
There's so much consistency. So when we look at the bill calendar, last year we would look at it and there would be 20 things on there but we'd only vote on 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Well, now what's on the calendar is what we're looking at. So it's so much easier to prepare and read through the bills and make notes. And this is, even though it's 100 bills that we had to read, which is a lot, it was so much better organized. I mean, it was pretty organized last year, but I'm telling you, Representative Alex Riley did a really good job this year.
So he's doing a good job.
Yes, he is.
Good. An agenda
right.
that's followed. That's important.
And I've got to give kudos to the speaker as well, because there's I think there's a good spread. It's not complete, but it's a pretty decent spread on who's getting bills to the table too, which is really neat.
Yeah, and that has been an issue in the past.
A little.
Yeah, right. Okay, there you go. Well, that's good. That is awesome. That is very good to hear, Bert. Boy, Very happy to hear that. You have also been doing, you've actually got several good bills that you were working on, and two things in a very important law that is already signed, and you were instrumental in it. I actually found, this is crazy. Today I was just kind of going through stuff, looking for some stuff that's fresh because I knew we were going to be interviewing. Right. And this was actually national. This was in the Epic Times, folks. You know how much I love that. And lo and behold, I remembered we had talked about this. But it was a young man named Evan Botler from Aurora, Missouri, who this was what it read. It said how American teenagers are targeted in sextortion scams, sometimes with deadly consequences. And this sweet young man, his dad talked about all the fishing. He's got a picture of him going fishing and pictures of him in sports. And he was seemed like just a nice everyday kid.
Yeah, he did.
And
he was.
And he ended up getting drugged into one of those phone scams.
Yes.
And
Sextortion.
The young man took his own life.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what has happened with that.
Okay. This is such a cool story. And it's not only significantly relational, but it ended in a bill signed into law this week, Tuesday of this week. So
I saw that.
So to really kind of start the story, and I'll move fast. But Leah had found out about this city hall talking about Evan's Voice Act, which is the movement of a bill that actually Jill Carter, Senator Jill Carter, introduced in a town hall. So that I went to. So Leah brings this to my attention. And then I have two groups that are anti-sex trafficking groups within Stone County, and they're Taney County, and then some in Christian County. So they kind of blend all that.
Yes.
And they reached out to me and said, hey, we would really like for you to go.
Yeah.
And so we did. So we're sitting there in the audience. I actually move up because Senator Jill Carter wanted me to move up closer. And so I'm sitting next to Representative Chris Warwick. So we're both freshmen. We're sitting there and we're listening to Evan's dad, Brad, talk about his story, his testimony. And it was so moving. And then we heard Madison talk about her sisters, Sophie and Evie, about their story of grooming. And I'm thinking, dude, I got to get involved. I really do. And I'm talking to Chris. I said, Chris, we can do this together. We can help her as Senator Jill Carter carry that on the House side. So we started working on it.
Yeah.
You know, we met the family. We talked to the family. I interact with Brad. Chris was working with Sophie and Evie and Madison and her parents. And then I was kind of working with Brad and Carrie, which is Brad's wife. And really the synergy that occurred there was amazing. Then Representative Ed Lewis, Representative Jeff Myers, they've been working on a trafficking bill that really focuses on vulnerability, which is really neat. And so they grab us and ask us to come along with their bill. So the bill they've been working on for 3 years, we've only been working on this thing for like 3 months. And so we all joined forces together with Senator Jill Carter and had Brad's family involved. We had Sophia and Evie's family involved. And we worked together as a team. The families and the communities were our lobbyists, not paid lobbyists, grassroots community people coming together to move a bill.
Who love the family.
Who loves the family, who loves the community. And Brad and Carrie, they go out in the community and they educate on sextortion. And it's just amazing. And this just gives them more oomph.
Yeah.
And it's great that they're in Epic Times. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah, national, international.
Right. So I was
amazed.
This bill, which ended up being 4 bills in one, which were all topicked into vulnerability and trafficking, because grooming is part of trafficking. Sextortion is part of bringing people into trafficking. It was just a beautiful bill. Really beautiful bill. And it went through committee. It went through rules. It went to the floor. We had only 2 no votes out of a hundred.
Wow.
Yeah, that was super. I mean, that was just super. And then it went to the Senate. It zoomed through the Senate. I went to all the hearings. I only missed one thing, and that was the Senate floor. And I just didn't get there on time. It moved so fast on the Senate floor. I missed it. And and then we went to the governor. Tuesday, we all got together, the whole team.
I saw that. That
Got
was quite a
together.
deal.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And governor signed it. We talked a little bit about it, but I'm telling you that Ed Lewis, Representative Ed Lewis's leadership was amazing. He mentored us. He guided us through. Chris and myself, and Jeff Myers was right there guiding us through, and Senator Jill Carter. They were amazing, helping
awesome.
us work with them. And it was probably the most exciting piece of legislation I've worked on yet.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. And I just want to tell anybody out there that is listening to this, don't think your kids are immune. Thank God they did this. Reading this, it just pulled at your heart because you see the pictures. These are just normal folks in Aurora, Missouri.
Yeah.
They could be your neighbors. This young man, they showed pictures from his room. His dad is so heartbroken. He's got a picture of him fishing with him. And he literally has a fresh tattoo of the map of where they used to go fishing on his arm.
That's cool.
And this was a good kid, just a normal kid that ended up getting drug into a mess. So it could be anybody. Thank you for doing that, Burt.
Oh, yes.
Leah,
Yes.
the partner over there, smiling sweetly at me.
A good, just
That
bill.
woman's a sharp gal.
She is.
Let me
She
tell you.
is sharp.
We're going to get her to talk one of these days.
Okay, one of these days. Yeah. Good luck with that
That
one.
is this is a truly good thing, and this is something in our culture that had to be addressed, and it was addressed.
Yeah.
And I thank you for doing that.
Believe it or not, grooming was not a crime. Sextortion is not a crime. Well, it wasn't a crime.
Yeah.
But they're crimes now with teeth that the prosecutors can use, that law enforcement can use,
Yeah.
prosecutors can use, and even the AG. The AG was involved in this. I mean, it was so neat.
saw her.
She's wonderful.
Catherine.
Catherine Hanaway. She's wonderful.
I like her better than I wasn't sure what I thought about her at first, but she's done some pretty good things.
She has.
She really has.
She has.
So yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
and
Good.
having the governor right there, and I mean he was so personable. In fact, he is the one that came up with the idea that they were actually the lobbyists.
Huh.
Yeah,
Wow.
he came up with that idea.
Okay.
I thought that was pretty impressive, actually.
Well, it's just it shows you are so exuberantly positive. Maybe you're bringing some God and exuberant positive to some folks there. I think that's a good thing.
I hope so.
I
But
think that's a good
I'm just
thing.
reflecting the light of.
Absolutely.
In fact, we talked about that in Bible study this
We
morning.
did. Yes, we
yeah.
did.
So the moon reflects the light of the sun.
Yes.
We reflect the light of the sun. It's just SON.
Yeah.
Now let's make that a capital SON, right? Okay. So we need to be reflecting Jesus's light
Yes.
because he is the light of the world.
That's right. Very good. Very good. You also, something that Kevin and I were interested in, we actually had done an interview with Mike Moon and Missouri Clean Skies.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Kaylee and Michael. Oh,
Yes.
they're dandies.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
He's everywhere.
He is.
And he is a very forceful in a good way.
He's an
He
Energizer
is
bunny.
Well, he's a pastor. Did you know
Yes.
that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. he has a
Another example of a citizen being involved in the
Yes.
process.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you were also part of this.
Yes.
You were the sponsor, one of the sponsors in the House.
Yes. There's two of us.
A bill to outlaw geoengineering and cloud seeding in Missouri.
Mhm. Absolutely.
And that's kind of amazing too.
Yes.
Tell us what's happening with
okay,
that.
so it's moving.
Yes.
So Representative Steve Jordan and myself filed a bill.
Yes.
It's Clean Skies Act, and so the whole idea is we're focusing on the stratosphere, the geoengineering that's occurring in the stratosphere, and then we're also looking at cloud seeding. This is not about chemtrails and contrails. So, but we're
It's stuff
addressing
being
that.
dumped.
Well, maybe one of these days, but. but we're focused on this because this is where the EPA says
Yes.
this is happening at the stratosphere, the release of silver dioxide.
Silver iodide,
right?
yes.
And silver iodide, yes.
Heavy metal in the water. Yes.
Yeah, because the rain cycle, and I won't go through the rain cycle, but
Yes.
what goes up comes down, and then also cloud seeding. So we are using model legislation from Florida, and it is proven to work in Florida. So we're using their foundational legislation to then present here. And I tell you what, when we did the hearing, it went so good. It did. It really went well.
Something astounding happened. Bert.
Yes. And we've got some wording that we need to work on and clean that up. But it's moving.
Yes.
It's moving. And here's the cool thing. Now this is relationship building too. And this is just part of the process. You've got to build a relationship with the Speaker of the House. And I just kept bugging him, about this bill or that bill and moving it forward. And he said this was a fun bill. So I went in and I said, okay, it's ready. Let's do it. And he goes, okay. And he types it in and we started rocking. So it was really cool.
And what's amazing, because we've been participating, Michael
Yes.
is wonderful.
Oh, he
because
is.
He says, all right, make some calls.
Yes.
So I put it out on the chains and tell everybody. And basically, even the Democrats, everybody is very nice. And whenever I call, they're like, oh, yeah. And I had a couple of Democrat offices that said, oh, yeah. The House representative is on board.
Yeah.
The representative is on board.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And so, I mean, this may be the first thing in a while that they all get together and actually agree on. So, because everybody wants clean water and clean skies.
Right. And when we clean up this language, I think it's just going to rock through the exec session, which is the second half of the hearing.
Yeah.
But Michael,
Yes.
he's amazing. He gets out and somebody thought he was a lobbyist. I said, no, he's not a lobbyist. He's just a passionate man. And he lives.
He's a Christian. He's neat.
Yeah, he lives right next to Senator Brad Hudson. So actually, I've been to his house. I did a little podcast with him, and he educated me on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then he found out that I had a biology degree and an earth science minor, and so I can talk in that way. And I kind of think I caught him off guard, and he was pleasantly surprised.
He sent us a picture, a little video.
Oh, did he?
Yes. He was talking to you and somebody else.
Yeah.
And he said,
that was Steve.
So I made some friends.
Yeah, that was Steve. Yeah, he did.
It's good.
But he is so energetic and organized. He organized not all of the witnesses that spoke at the hearing were from our little group, but he organized all that. He's got a booklet of information. I mean,
he's passionate.
he is passionate.
Yeah.
And
that's what it takes, Bert. That's exactly what it takes. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I'm glad to hear that too. Very, very glad.
I love that it's an example of not just a citizen, but of one of God's people.
Yes.
Going and interceding for their
And
people.
Kaylee, and Kaylee's so wonderful too because
she's sweet.
she does a lot of that organization with him. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
good.
she's
Thank
a
you for
doll.
mentioning that.
Oh,
I
and
would have felt bad if I'd left that out.
She and I, we got along like peas and carrots
Yes.
whenever they came down. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. But
Yes.
they're both very dedicated.
Yes,
so
they are.
I'm very hopeful about this. Again, this is something else. You've got single subject bills.
I know.
You've got this geoengineering and cloud seeding. Would this have been passed last year?
You've got citizens
that there's
involved.
some positive
Yes,
stuff.
we've got citizens involved. I mean, a lot of them.
Yeah, it's very good.
I mean, his audience is humongous.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you got people on both sides of the aisle that seem to be supporting it.
Yes,
So
very
that's good.
supportive.
That's good. We've got some bills that are going to be coming up too that are, and we won't talk a whole lot about them tonight, but I want to have you guys back and get more information as November approaches too, and then of course we've got an election in August also, but. We've got the new Amendment 3. We've got Amendment 4.
Yes.
Did you want to talk a little bit about either one
Well,
of
I
those?
mean, just the new Amendment 3 is titled the pro-life bill.
Yes.
Okay, and so we definitely want to look into that. Matter of fact, we need to educate ourselves and we need to read the bills, not just the descriptor that we have on the ballot. Read the bill. Read the whole bill. It's not that long. It's actually a very chewable bill. You can, and that way you can see what's all in it. Okay, and so I encourage that.
I need to do that before. Yeah.
And then Amendment 4.
Yes.
Which is basically dealing with IP reform, initiative petition reform.
Yes.
Again, read that bill too.
Yes.
Because when we look at that, right now we have a simple majority. There's a lot of liberal agenda getting onto our Constitution. And so we've got to stop the bleed. Is this the way that we want to do it? Is this the way that you want to do it? So read the bill and know what's going on there. So I'm just prepping.
Oh, yes. And our IPF reform, or our initiative petition law that we have now, is so loose and lax.
It is 50% plus one across the state.
Yes.
St. Louis, Kansas City, Columbia, and even now Springfield, they can carry the whole state and move liberal legislation into our Constitution.
Put it in the Constitution, in which it's almost impossible to get out. That was not meant by the founding fathers, in our country or in Missouri.
No.
That was not the intention ever.
No.
So it needs fixed.
It does.
So I'm very excited that has, and I know some people think it's too strict.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I can see why they think that.
But I'm telling you, there we're going to see some crazy stuff like you've not seen put on the Constitution, folks, unless something is done.
We've got to stop the bleed.
It's got to be stopped. It has to.
Well, something
There is a
frightening.
rich millionaire or billionaire in California that supplies the money for this. These people come out here, they're hired from other states, and they just flood the cities. We have no voice here in the country.
And there's more to it than just
the
a simple majority in all of the congressional districts. There's ballot language that's being addressed. There's funding outside of Missouri coming in, flooding in. There's foreign money language in there. I mean, it's got some good stuff in it.
Absolutely.
But know the
so
bill.
too.
And I encourage all of you to anything that's an amendment onto the Constitution, read the bill that it's pertaining to. Read the amendment.
Absolutely. Will you come back and talk to us about it a little closer?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, you're one of the voices that I trust.
Okay.
Not a ton of them. Not a ton of them.
I won't tell you how to vote though. That's right here.
Yes, absolutely.
You seek Holy Spirit on every vote.
There's some things that are pretty clear.
Yes,
though.
there are.
Pretty clear.
Yes.
I have to ask you too, the remnant.
The remnant.
Yes.
We're still together.
Still together.
We meet every Wednesday night. It's a study group. It's a great study group.
I love that.
Voting on bills is a challenge. I take it very seriously. Matter of fact, it stresses me out.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm very quiet because there's some bills that are just, do I really want to vote no on this? And I'm a no before I'm a yes. But having a study group is awesome because you go through the bills, you get different perspectives, and we don't always vote the same, and that's okay. But when you look at, if you look at our scorecards, all of us are in pretty good shape on scorecards. But that's not what's important. It's making sure that we are representing our people, and two, being constitutional.
Yes.
Okay. Well, actually, the constitutional. Sorry, guys, but that comes probably before what you guys want. We've got to be. It's a representative government. It's a constitutional representative government.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've got to be cognizant of all of that. We need to pay attention to the Republican platform. That's why I got an R behind my name, but I've got to look at where the needs are across the district. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we process all that. And it's so cool when we look at every bill.
Yeah.
It's so neat to have a study group. Just like in college.
Beautiful, praying, eating together, discussing bills. That's exactly what you did.
And sometimes
it's
really good food, especially when we get ribs from Baxter's Ribs.
Very nice.
Yeah, we've had it like 3 times.
That's pretty awesome.
It is.
And Justin, you hear from Justin every now and then.
We touch base. I touch base with Justin about once a month.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Just to see how he's doing.
He's a touchstone too. He's something, man, he's just a warrior. He really is. We were talking about him ahead of time.
Good guy. We miss him.
Is there anything that, before we get off the air, what do you think Missouri citizens need to know about
prayer?
prayer?
I mean, we started with prayer when we first had this conversation.
Yes, we always do. Yes.
So praying for the government from top to bottom, praying for the people, praying for good decision-making, godly decision-making, prayer and supplication, godly wisdom, godly knowledge, and godly discernment.
Absolutely.
With love in the heart.
Yes. Yeah. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and all your strength. Love your neighbor as yourself. On that hinges all the law and the prophets. I think that works for the state of Missouri, too.
Amen, brother.
We can just go ahead and live that out. And God's people being involved, not just as representatives, but as citizens going up. You know what? The church, we have an opportunity to make a difference. And it's up to us. You know what? Jesus did everything that was necessary. I love how Pastor Reggie says that. He did what he had to. And he's waiting on us now.
Thank you guys so much. And
thank you.
We'll have you back
thank you so much,
soon.
guys.
You bet.
It's good seeing you again.
It's always good to see you too. It's good because it's a way of, it's like you were talking about with the remnant. When you get together, that Holy Spirit connection, you'll say something and it sparks something in me, you know, and everybody else. And I think that's huge. I think it's important.
Yeah. And it's not like we don't see each other every week. Sometimes twice a week.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
That's good too.
Yes, it is. It's wonderful.
You guys are good folks.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining us today. And folks, thank you all for sitting in and joining this conversation too. We appreciate y'all spending time with us. Now, I want to let you know, first of all, don't think that we are leaving town or anything. Kevin and I, we were a little bit lazy this winter. We had a little project here on at our business that we were supposed to do, a video project. And as you can tell, we like doing stuff like this more. So we ended up not getting it done. Kevin prompted me a couple of days ago. He said, okay, we really need to buckle down and get this done. So we are probably going to take a brief break from doing the podcast for a couple of weeks, but we will be back. I promise you, we'll come back again. I've already got stuff. Man, I'm collecting stuff. Man, the awakening is happening, folks. It's happening. Yeah. Everything that we saw, everything we've prayed for, those warriors of the new millennium that were promised, they're rising.
That's right.
Anyway, I'm already collecting stuff for that. I can't wait. But we'll be back here in a couple of weeks to get started with that again. We got to do some work first. Anyway, when we do, and in the meantime, you guys have fun. Enjoy this beautiful spring weather. Enjoy your families. And be happy, be healthy. But remember, keep your ear to the ground. We need to make sure that you can't just tune out and not know what's going on. You got to know. God tells us to watch. We're supposed to be
watchers on the wall.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, watchers on the wall and wary as serpents, but gentle as doves. And that's very important too. But we're going to be back on again soon. We're going to have more news, more conversation, hopefully more encouragement to always keep you informed, inspired, and folks, always remain independent. God bless.